Okay, my name is Yosan Pedro, and I'm going to try to do a somewhat experimental movie. The subject will be about between dedication and enslavement. I just put some water for coffee over there. So if I live in the middle, that is to pour myself a cup of coffee that I decided to make, but then I want to start like this. And say this, if you had the possibility to be without any attachment, without attachment to your thought processes, yeah, so so then the question that you ask yourself, if you can be completely quiet, with this I mean that you allow everything to be, regardless if you think anything at all. I mean, let's say the existence overpowering whatever idea you had, and you gave up all your conversation, all your inner conversation, all your inner ideas, all the thoughts that you are accustomed to. You can do it by just dismissing all of them and preferring they're not existent, there is not existent, they're the absolute quietness, the absolute void that is full with things. Prefer this over any thought process or any idea that you have or any feeling that you have towards something, a place that you are. You give up the ideas that you have about that place. You give up ideas about people, how they dress, their religion, costumes, their look. And furthermore, when you are among people, and you know that they are very busy in their minds, they're going around. Where I am, people argue a lot. I mean, in the street, people would shout at each other, many times very aggressively. They will curse very often and be very brutal to each other. The people will sit in the corners of the street hoping to get maybe a dime and money, some money to buy something, but they're too ashamed to ask. So they're sitting by the side of the shop where they usually get something in the end of the day, so they are waiting all day. Maybe they'll get something in the middle of the day, so buy themselves some alcoholics. And you go in the street and you see all kind of people, you are familiar with everything. with everything. You see everything, everybody, you know everybody what they're doing, more or less. You know that they maybe look at you, but everything is done in a complete silence. You are walking in silence. You are silence yourself. You appreciate silence so much that you stick to it. Now, living like this, you know, for quite a long time, just preferring this over the inner occupation. Whatever occupation you have, you can catch it, you can identify it as it happening and dismiss it and leave yourself in quietness. But there are some things that are hard for people to stop thinking about, you know. It depends, you know, on the situation of a person. But many people have issues that they will find very hard to leave behind, you know. There could be many things, but what I wanted to concentrate on, there are two issues. The one is a person who is dedicated to a noble goal, um, where you are talking with people in person and online. You're talking about freedom, you're talking about the monetary reset, you're talking about the end of wars, you're talking about higher ideals, you meet people. So you are dedicated to it to a point where everything that relates to it, that is connected to it, whether it's positive, but especially those who contradict you, you know, come to you and will question your integrity, or they are just don't believe that it can happen, that peace on earth is possible. People coming with their own doubts, with their own sometimes intended destruction, you know, like trolling. They have somebody bothering you, and keeps you on the modus of fighting. You are suddenly not promoting peace, but you are fighting with somebody, with some group of people, with some ideas that they share, like a group of people. They want certain benefits for themselves, and they, you know, you have all kind of people that are against the work of peace keeper, earth gardeners. Yeah, you have all kind of things that will, your dedication will make you sort of, you know, your dedication will enslave you, you know, your dedication to the cause will enslave you. The other thing that is very common is if you are how would you call it, dedicated to love. You're dedicated to love, and you're always looking for a mate. Many times you're honestly looking for somebody, for a twin flame soul mate, just a friend, a close friend. People look for closeness. They feeling they're looking for sex or whatever. But that kind of dedication also can make it harder for you to withdraw from it and keep to presence, to quietness. And I think that this test of the universe will, or your own circles will bring you again and again to the same point where you have to, you stand a chance to compare between stillness, between quietness, and the most enslaving type of consideration and thought. Well, today I'm advocating stillness and quietness of thought. And there is stuff that I can stumble upon, such as what I mentioned already. And there are stuff that you can stumble upon because you are dedicated to things for good reason. But the hardest is in order to be really sane and quiet and grounded in the earth, in a real time, as they call it, in the now, in the presence. The most difficult obstacles to this is those dedications that are essentially positive, but they present, they may present a conflict. Yeah, so thank you. Now I can drink my coffee. Thank you. It was nice to meet you again.